All right. Bryan Mbeumo over the weekend fell into the media of Sky Sports, and guess what? The inevitable question was all about whether Bryan Mbeumo is going to Manchester United or not, and whether he's going to Spurs. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. Now, Bryan Mbeumo obviously came up and said its transfer speculation is a bit new for me. I would say I think it can be the life of a footballer and you need to accept it. Now, being asked whether he's going to be joining Manchester United, he referred to it as a transfer speculation. And he was like, it's a bit new for me, because when Bryan Mbeumo was crossing, from when he was crossing from Troyes to come in through and really play for Brentford in 2020, there was no buzz. He came in through in 2021. There was no buzz. You understand? There was no buzz in there. So if there was no buzz, he's not used to this, and that's why it tells you that this is something new to him, and he's like, I just can't wait to see how things are really going to pan out. But he just needs to get used to it, especially when you're linked to a club known as Manchester United. You understand? When you're linked to a club known as Manchester United, obviously, you are the talk about town. Media will obviously come for you. And this is exactly what this guy is obviously going in through. So he's like, I'm not used to this, but I have to get used to this, because he knows to it that he's going to be playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world, and that is Manchester United. So that's what he really had to say about Mbeumo breaking silence onto the side of joining Manchester United. And big story for Bryan Mbeumo, because we all know to it that Spurs tried to hijack the deal, and everyone was like, it's because Bryan Mbeumo was brought to this team known as Brentford by Thomas Frank, who doubles as the manager of Spurs right now, who wanted to obviously sign him. Then he was asked on the manager's influence after becoming the new Spurs manager. Said, he's done so much for me, I'm sure he'll do well. So that means that he holds him in high regard. That is it. That's why you can't come up and obviously hear something that is really negative about him. So that's why everyone was really a little bit afraid when we got in a story that Bryan Mbeumo was wanted by Spurs, and Spurs had signed a man that had turned him into the monster that he is in the Premier League, and registering his best season ever in his career, where he went ahead to score 20 goals. You understand? When he was in Troyes, he played 36 games in 2018-2019. He scored 10 goals and 3 assists. 2019-2020 played 2 games, 1 goal and 0 assists. I think that's when he crossed to the side of Brentford. At Brentford, when Thomas Frank brought him in, 2021-2022, 35 games, 4 goals and 7 assists. 2022-2023 season, 38 games, 9 goals, 8 assists, 17 goal involvements. 2023-2024 season, he played 25 games, 9 goals and 6 assists, 15 goal involvements in there for you. Now, last season of 2024-2025, 38 games played. He played all the games, and he scored 20 goals and put up 7 assists. So if it's this manager that has turned him into the monster he has been ever since he joined from Troyes, you obviously have to understand that the lad is that special. The lad is that special, and he pays a lot of respect to the manager of Spurs who brought him at Brentford. So, as it stands, the side of Brentford wants £60 million. Man United looks like they're not willing to obviously offer that amount of money. The first bid that was put in was rejected. It was rejected, and they want more money. Why is United taking their time? Because they know that it's playing their advantage, because the side of Brentford will lose the player, as he's left with 1 year on his contract plus a further additional year. Meaning that if he doesn't leave this summer, Brentford won't get anywhere close to £50 million, as will be left with just 1 year on his contract, unless otherwise he puts in a performance that shocks the world like he did in the recent season. But remember, he's not obviously going to be having the manager that has been really understanding him better. They are bringing in a new manager. Scott Parker has been really lined up for this job, and we'll be waiting to see how things really pan out. Now, Matheus Cunha went ahead, obviously, hold an interview with West Brown, I think, and there are certain things he talked about. He said, I think my decision shows that this club is for me and what I believe this club can be. For me, no one is like Manchester United. This is what I think about United. To put this club on top. So, he wants to get us back to where we are as a club of Manchester United. But every player has gone ahead, obviously, say that. But why do I believe in Cunha? It's because of his creativity. It's because of his creativity and what he really adds on. When you look at Matheus Cunha, him and Mbeumo, if we happen to bring them in here, United will obviously be a team that is hard to obviously beat. For example, Cunha for Wolverhampton Wanderers last season, 33 games, 15 goals, 6 assists. Now, if United ever has 2 more midfielders that can join Bruno Fernandes, and then our number 9 gets in like 15 goals, that means United can be rest assured of close to 60 goals from 4 players. That is it. I haven't even gone ahead to talk about the assists. I'm talking about the goals that we can get from these players. So I think Cunha ticks that box, and he's really doing great and better. And I tell you what, he's one of a kind. He's one of a kind, and let's give him a benefit of doubt. And I really like players who really set those tasks, because they know to eat that they have to live to their word. And Cunha is set to start the preseason with Manchester United, and he's on a holiday in LA. That is California. So that is all about Cunha. And lastly, Rayan Cherki was in Lyon. He has just signed for Man City, our rivals. And Rayan Cherki obviously had something to say to the club or to the fans of Man United. Remember that quarterfinal where they obviously led us, I think, by, 2-3 goals, And that game was really very, very, very dramatic. United left it late in the extra time, Lyon came to Manchester United, and they led us by 4-1. And who scored first? It was Manuel Ugarte who scored in the 10th minute. Then Diego Dallo went ahead to really double the lead in the 45th plus first minute, and the first half ended 2-0. Then Tolisso, 71st minute, pulled one back for the side of Lyon. Then Tagliafico leveled the game in the 77th minute. Now, from there, it went into a very shocking time for the club of Manchester United. In the extra time, 104 minutes, Rayan Cherki gave them the lead. And remember, they had even gone ahead to get a red card in the 89th minute. There were 10 men and they scored 2 goals. Lacazette came up and scored a penalty in the 109th minute. That was United 2, Lyon 4, and United to pull a miracle. In the 114th minute, Bruno Fernandes scored a penalty. 120th minute, guess who leveled? Kobe Mainoo. And in the 120th minute plus 1, Harry Maguire went ahead to score the winner. You remember that game very well. Now, Rayan Cherki, having gone ahead to be knocked out like that, he came up and said, I didn't like Man Utd's victory against Lyon because I'm from Lyon. Now I'm looking forward to the derby. I want to kill them. I just wanted to go to Man City. So, I think City is really very, 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 very provocative at Manchester United because they know that United were linked to Rayan Cherki and they're like, the player chose City over United. You know that battle is always there between Manchester United and Bryan. But Rayan Cherki is setting himself up for the derby, and the Premier League fixtures are yet to obviously come out. When I look at Premier League, when those fixtures really get out, I'll be really looking out for that game, you know. I'll be really looking out for that game because I know what it means for we as the side of the fans. So, they are telling us that what you need to know about the Premier fixtures, but to go to the Premier League, they're going to be out on Wednesday 18th. So, Wednesday this week, the Premier League fixtures are really going to be out. Now, after Rayan Cherki has gone ahead obviously throw into that challenge, I'll be looking out to when is United playing Man City. And we'll be remembering you or reminding you that Rayan Cherki said this, and we'll see what obviously goes along. Let's hope it doesn't backfire as Haaland be humble went ahead obviously get back to him as Arsenal disciplined Man City this season. We sign out for now. See you later. Your reactions to Bryan Mbeumo break silence on joining Manchester United are welcome in the comment section below. Bye-bye.